They say history is written by the victors. But what happens to the stories of the victims? Those whose pain was hidden behind the silence of shame. Today, we uncover a chapter of slavery rarely talked about. A story of manipulation, obsession, and exploitation. This is the hidden truth about white mistresses and their black slaves. Brace yourself, because once you hear this, you'll never look at history the same way again. In the 18th and 19th centuries, the American South thrived on a brutal system: slavery. Black men and women were stripped of their identities, their freedoms, and even their names. We often hear about white male slave owners who raped enslaved black women, but what is rarely mentioned is that some white women, the mistresses of these plantations, were also complicit in horrific acts. And in many cases, they were not just bystanders. They used their social status to indulge in dark fantasies, and black male slaves became their victims. While white women had little power compared to their husbands in society, they wielded absolute control over enslaved people inside the home. Some white mistresses developed what historians call covert relationships with young black male slaves. But let's not confuse it for romance. These relationships were not consensual. The power imbalance was massive. These men were forced to submit, sexually and emotionally, often at the threat of being whipped, sold, or even killed. Slave narratives, like those of Frederick Douglass and Harriet Jacobs, hinted at these hidden abuses. Many victims dared not speak. Who would believe them? Some black men were accused of rape if they rejected advances. Others were lynched for looking at white women. Imagine the torment: being desired, abused, then destroyed. The trauma wasn't just physical, it cut into their souls. To this day, descendants of both slaves and slave owners wrestle with the truth. Some families buried these secrets, others passed down stories in hushed tones. But the emotional scars? They still live in the DNA of black communities today. The trauma of being turned into tools for labor and for lust left wounds that time alone hasn't healed. They never taught you this in school. They never told you about the white women who wore perfume and pearls, while destroying lives behind plantation doors. This isn't just about history. It's about truth, justice, and dignity. Because we can't move forward until we stop whitewashing the past. To the countless unheard voices, we remember you. And to the world, let this truth never be silenced again.